Hey, Billy here with 11 International, the manufacturer of Clazzio seat covers.
Hi, this is Yoko with 11 International. Today we're going to do a Prius installation video 2010 and plus. Enjoy.
All right, let's go. Okay, so what we're going to do is the driver bottom at first. Now, the first thing we want to do is make sure that this seat right here is up forward. That's step number one. We don't need it back, we need it forwards in an upright position. Okay, step two, what we're going to do is reach below the seat. We are going to undo the little strap that's down there because we want this piece to go up into the cover when we put this section on. So this has to be off. Take this one strap off right here. Okay, step three, we're going to now put the bottom cushion on the seat. Now what we want to do is you put it on the bottom cushion, and you want to make sure that this is lined up with this seam. So this and this needs to be together. Okay, now what we're doing is we need to push that material all the way through the back of the seat. So just keep pushing it in there till you get it all the way through. All right, now what we're going to do that we got it through, go ahead and pull it. Make sure it's nice and snug. Keep pulling it till it's nice and snug through there. Perfect. Okay, now we're moving to the front of the car, and what we want to do is we need to recline this back section now. So now we're going to recline it. Then what we're going to do is we're going to use the tool we have here, and we're going to tuck it into the plastic. Okay, so now what we do is we put the seat forward again in an upright position. We have two straps. And we also have two other straps that we are going to put an S-hook on. And you see the S-hook right here? It goes right on that little elastic thing, and you put it on there and it attaches to the bottom of the seat. Take your strap, run it through the loop there, and secure it snugly. Now make sure you don't do that too tight. Perfect. Now we have the bottom cushion on. Okay, moving on to the back. What we're going to do is remove the headrest first. Now how we do that is lift it up, and on the side there's a button, and we're going to just push in on it and then pull the headrest out. Now what we did is we turned this inside out and we just put it over the back part right here. This is how we're going to start with our back section. Okay, now that we're at this section, what we're going to do is we're going to actually pull this down from side to side. Just work it. Don't try to pull it down all one shot. Just go from one side to the other. Tuck that in to the back. Now that's the section we're going to Velcro in the back, so make sure you tuck that in. Okay, now if you remember at the beginning we unclipped this and we stuck it up. As you can see, it's underneath the cover now. So now we actually have it inside the cover, and that's where you want it. Okay, so then we pull our cover down. Now that we have that flap through. Now one thing you guys need to really be careful He is actually working this with his hands and getting it so it all matches real nice, and then putting it in and pulling it tighter. And go ahead and work like this until you really get it right. This is what gives it a really good look. Here we go. Now we got it through. We're going to go ahead and Velcro it. We pull it up. We Velcro the top to the bottom. Velcro the side. Okay, now we're going to put the new flap under the seat with a new S-hook. All right, now we're moving on to the headrest. As you see, there's a hole, and we're just going to go ahead. Now, you can either use the tool or your fingers, but just go ahead and push it around that plastic piece. Okay, as you can see, we put the headrest back on. Now we want to put the headrest cover. Again, side to side. You don't have to have that inside out. Just straight on from right to left. Adjust your seams like he's doing right now. Work with it. Get it nice and snug. And continue to pull it down. Take the headrest off. And then after you get everything adjusted on the bottom, what we're going to do is just go ahead and secure the clip. Okay, now we can put our headrest on our seat. And now we have one complete installation. Okay guys, now that we're at the back seat, actually there's just 2 pins that go on the bottom, so you don't need no tools. Mr. Rai, please give a demonstration. Put your hands underneath and pull up and it will unclip. You do the same thing on the passenger side, and now your back seat is free. Okay guys, I want to explain one more thing about this, this clip we just popped the back seat out. Now with the Prius, there is no button. But with Honda and Nissan, there is a button like on the headrest here. So you push in the button, you lift the seat up. So if you're doing an install on a Honda or a a Honda or a Nissan, make sure you go ahead and push this button in just like you would a headrest and go ahead and pop the seat out. But basically it is the same. Again, Prius does not have a button. Okay guys, this is really getting to be the fun part because we're just about done with the installation. So now we have that bottom cushion that we took out. So Mr. Arai is going to show you how to do it. We're going to go ahead and lay that cover right over the bottom cushion. Okay, we're going to turn it over. And we're going to go ahead and secure our straps. Now, Arai, with these straps here, do we go ahead and tie them when we're done with these? Is that a better way?
Yeah, better way.
Okay, so one thing that we do recommend is that after you go ahead and secure it, well, let's get the straps on first and we'll show you what we're talking about. Okay, now we got our string, and what we're going to do is we're going to make a loop in it, as you can see right here. And we want to go ahead and put that string through the loop and tie that down as well. Now what this is going to do is keep your sides nice and secure. Okay guys, we're almost done. Now, we're not going to be able to actually put this on yet because this cover is not on. You have to have both covers on before you put on the bottom seat cushion. But we're going to demonstrate how it's going to be done after you get this on. These are hooks right here. It's going to clip on to the back. Now, what Mr. Arai is going to do, he's going to demonstrate for you. Go ahead. Lift up your seat belts. Get them over. Now, we put it on an angle, as you can see, and he's pushing in, and you'll hear the hook clip. So that way you know it's done. And then we go ahead and we pop on the seat back into the hole. Okay, now what we're going to do is we need to bolt this center seat belt. This is the only one we are going to unbolt. Go ahead, Mr. Arai. Okay, now what we want to do is move the seat forward, lift up the headrest, push it in, remove it, just like you did the front. Okay, now, there is a plastic on top of the seat where the seatbelt is. We need to take that out of the plastic and just move it to the side. Now we're ready to put the cover on. Okay, now one more thing we need to do. We took the seatbelt out of this piece of plastic. Now we want to unscrew it right here. So you just take these two screws out of this one and the other one on the passenger side. Okay, now that we're getting ready to install the back cover, the seatbelt that you unbolted, we need to put it inside the cover and through the hole before we actually put it on the back seat. So we put it in, pop it through the hole there. Go ahead and put your cover over your seat. Go ahead and put that center section through the hole like that. Again, as you can see, work the sides, line up your seams, and go again back and forth from right to left. Okay, now what we want to do, we bring this down, we're going to tuck this in and pop it out through the back. Go ahead and Velcro it. Okay, now that we're going to tuck this in, there's a child hook right below here. You need to, Mr. Wright, are we going around it or next to it?
Into that hook.
Oh, you tuck it into the hook?
Yeah.
Okay, so you tuck it into the hook. Bring the seat forward. Now, actually, this is usually Velcroed on there, so we just actually undo it. And the same as the front seat, if you remember, we tucked it up under the cover, so that's exactly what we're going to do to the back seat. We pull the cover up. Okay, and once again, we're going to Velcro it once we get it nice and secure. Zip up your zipper. That's what my mom used to tell me. Okay, so we zipped up our zipper. All right, you're going to Velcro that on there like the one you took off. Okay, now with the back seat, these plastic clips, we're going to do the same thing we did on the front. Again, with your fingers are your tools. There's a tool, you could use that. Okay, now we have it over our plastic. We have the rear one section complete. One thing, he did not push this one over like we did this, because we need to put the plastic back on the part that we unscrewed. So again, don't try to push that one over that piece, because we're going to screw this back on. Okay, if you guys remember correctly, we took off the seatbelt and we pushed it through the cover. So now we have to put it back on. So go ahead and screw that back on. Okay, make sure it's tight because we don't want to have a loose screw. Now we go ahead and put the seat down, and again with the tool or your hand, slip that over the piece of plastic. Now we're going to do the armrest, inside out, not completely, partially. Same thing, right to left, bring it all the way down. Now guys, again, not with this particular piece, but just in general with the covers, if you see how he's working this and lining that up, that's real important. Not just this cover, all the covers. Work with it a little bit with your hands until you really get it right and before you Velcro it, okay? Tuck it in. Once again, pull it up, and we're going to Velcro this one as well. And again, with the tool or your fingers, tuck that into the plastic. Hey guys, we're not going to go ahead and do this. We're trying to keep the video as short as we can. But this seat as well is going to be done exactly the way we just done this one. So there's not going to be anything different. Go ahead and move your clips. Go ahead and tuck them all in. Do all the same thing. Now what we want to do is we want to go to this vent here, because this is what sometimes gives people problems. So let's go to the vent, but again, make sure, watch that side, you'll do the same on this side. We're going to go ahead and do that vent over there. We're going to stick the cover on. We're going to tuck it into the top of the plastic there. So Mr. Arai, go ahead and do that. We lost Mr. Arai. Hello.
Okay.
Okay, so tuck it in there. That's how we're going to get started. Right off to the top there. And then start tucking it into the plastic.
Same.
Okay, now this section, we're going to actually tuck it into it. So it kind of actually goes underneath it. This is Billy again with 11 International. We just did the install on the Prius, the 2010 and up, correct, Yoko?
That's correct.
And we're sure this video is going to help you out. If you have any questions, go ahead and contact the place where you purchased it, and they can walk you through a few other things. But we're real confident that this video should answer all your questions. Again, thank you for your interest in Clazzio seat covers and 11 International. We do appreciate your business.